I got this Nazgul Evoque Vista from a customer that wants to turn this into an O3. And I thought it was good to do a video about this because I'm finding a little bit annoying what's happening with iFlight, and here's what I have to say. iFlight makes very, very good drones. Like when you get one of these buy and fly and you just put the propellers and go and fly, you're gonna have a very good experience with the drone. The part that I'm not liking at all is actually when something happens, you crash, you have to fix it, you have to work on the drone. iFlight is doing something and some other manufacturers are copying it. They're trying to make a difference. They're trying to become more DJI style. And if you look at the Evoque, was the first one having these kind of plastic panels here that covers all the electronics inside. They say that it's to protect it from moisture and like grass and things like that, which, well, it could be true, it could do something. But in my opinion, what it's doing is adding weight and adding complexity to when you have to open the drone to repair it, which is completely unnecessary. And if you look at what's the challenge that I have right now is that this drone is perfect. I just want to change the VTX, right? From the Vista to the O3. In fact, that means for the Evoque that I have to change the whole frame. And that's not that cool, right? Yeah, you can do things and cut the plastic and do some extra holes and print new parts for the front so you can have the O3. But in reality, you're not gonna have like the same quality of an Evoque O3 if you do all those things. But instead, you have to go and pay $70 or $80 or something like that to get the new frame, which has one thing that I want to show you. The O3 frame has a heatsink for the O3. This heatsink is going to allow, or it's going to help you dissipate the heat on the O3 because it's getting warm. But have you thought about it? And like no one else is actually using that kind of things. And one of the reasons is because, again, these plastic things that the Evoque has is just closing the drone and the electronics much more, which means that whatever heat is being produced inside here is staying inside the drone. It's much more difficult to give airflow to a drone when you have those plastic things than when you are open and you have like a regular drone like the ones that we were used to before, right? At the same time, because of those plastic things that I'm talking about, and you notice that I dislike quite a lot, the flight controller and the ESC have to be reduced to a mini size. A lot of people complains or things that an ESC going to that small size on a very freestyle oriented drone like this one is not the ideal thing. And some people is saying that iFlight electronic is not the best. I'm not sure that's actually the case. I'm just thinking that they might be using it the wrong way, right? Like if you are forced to have a mini size on this drone because of those stupid plastic sides, then you are being forced to select a smaller card where you have less heat dissipation, less space to work, and put it on a drone that is going to have a huge demand for the motors because it's a freestyle drone, right? So again, this is my thought right now. I think the Evoque is a very good drone if you get it out of the box and you go and fly. The tuning is perfect. The build quality is excellent, right? That's nothing against it. But when you think a little bit further in front, repair it, change parts, evolving it into something else, then I'm disliking this drone quite often, or quite a lot. In fact, if you check the difference between the frame of the Evoque Vista and the Evoque O3, there are many. It's not only about the place where you have the O3. the receiver is moved to a different place, you have a different plate underneath. It's a completely new drone, which basically is saying iFlight can't transform this drone into an O3. And if you want to do that, either you have to do very custom actions on your drone and, you know, break it here and there and like print different parts as it's just gonna turn the drone into something different, or you have to go and pay $80 for a new frame, which again is just gonna give you a completely different drone, in my opinion. That's why I'm not liking the Evoque that much, to be honest. I like to be able to repair my drones without that much hassle. It takes much more longer to repair this one than to repair like the Nazgul, the old Nazgul that they had, which was a fantastic drone as well. So I don't know, what do you think? Are these drones evolving into something nice, or is it iFlight just trying to be too much DJI, hurting actually the hobby? Leave me your comments on below, and I hope this video was something useful. Thank you for watching.